beautiful people. Welcome back to Girl, Your Brand's a Big Deal, where we share powerful women entrepreneurs who are a big deal, and they're teaching you how to be a big deal. Today, we have a special guest, and her name is Linda S. Husser. We will have her. She's the Bodacious lifestyle coach for Black women over 50, and we are going to hear from her. Linda has been in our community for a while. She's like one of our OGs, so I'm super excited that she is here. When we first got connected, she was living in California, and then she moved across the country powerfully and boldly to Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm super excited to have you here. How you doing and how you feeling today, Linda S. Husser?
I am feeling and doing and looking great.
Oh, I love it. So tell the people a little bit more about you and what you do and what has inspired you to support Black women over 50.
Oh my gosh. So I am Linda S. Husser, also known as the Bodacious Lifestyle Coach. I'm the founder of Bodacious Black Woman, which is a lifestyle and self-development brand for Black women over 50. And what inspired me to be as bold and audacious as I am at 60, I'm 60 now. I just had a big birthday, the big 6-0, June 5th, is the fact that as I was getting older, I wasn't feeling bolder. I was feeling literally like life was passing me by. And I was feeling like I was sleeping on my genius, sleeping on my potential, that I had really bought into society's programming. They're programming older people to start to downshift in life, not to dream, not to think about aspiring higher, because somehow they've taught a lot of us, whether we say it out loud or not, to really dream between a certain time period from I'd say about 18 to maybe 45. And whatever you haven't done by then, basically what they're saying, don't worry about it. Leave that to the other folks. And I'm here to say that no, over 50 does not mean life is over. It's not the beginning of the end. It's the beginning of endless possibilities.
I love it. I want to go back to, because you tell this story so beautifully about when you were about to turn 50. So about 49.
Yeah.
So tell us what happened. What happened at that beautiful age?
Oh my gosh. So at 49, I remember literally on my 49th birthday and looking up at the ceiling saying, is this it? Is this all there is for my life? And I meant that from the bottom of my heart, because I know a lot of people get really excited because they want to do the whole 50th birthday thing, whether it be the big bash, the yacht party. I've been to all of them, all kind of themes. But I know if they were to really keep it real, that they could have taken that money, that same money, and really maybe used it to really kickstart what it is they truly want to do. Right? So with that thinking in mind, I was like, okay, I need a victory. I need something to make me feel significant. At that age, I had been doing hair for 23 years. I had never owned a salon, which is unheard of, right? Just ridiculous. And I can't tell you why I never did. I had a booming clientele. But to fast forward, what I decided to do, and I did not tell anybody, is open a salon. That was going to be my 50th birthday bash to myself. So I simultaneously had a grand opening and 50th birthday celebration in the salon, because I had a 1,500 square foot salon. And it was just the best birthday gift ever, because I had a few ladies come up to me and say, wow, I would have never thought to open a business at this stage of my life. So not only did I do that and re-inspire myself, but a lot of people started looking at their lives differently too. Like, oh, so we can do this at this age. You can do whatever you want to do. Right.
I love that. So let's flash forward. So we're between 50 to about 55, 60 to where you are now, to deciding that you wanted to support fellow Black women on this journey and launching your coaching brand and your support for Black women. How do we get there from the salon to some of the things you're working on now?
All right. So I had to have a deep discussion with myself and realize, okay, Linda, why hadn't you opened a salon with all the contacts, with all the customers? And I realized there was a confidence issue, right? And so one of the things we have to do is we have to become honest enough with ourselves to address whatever it is that's going on. And whether that means you need therapy, support groups, therapy and support groups, whatever it is that you need to do, because people say that life is too short. I disagree. I think it's too long to be unfulfilled. I think it's too long to be unsatisfied. I think it's too long to talk about what could have, should have happened. And once that became my thinking, I actually got some therapy, got some coaching, right? So that I could, once I got the therapy and kind of started healing the inner me, because the inner me, like rest in peace, the great DMX said, is the enemy, right? And so once I could confront that and realize that I was the enemy, in a sense, I put that in quotes. We can't battle the invisible. We can only fight what we admit to and what we own up to. And once I owned up that I was the person keeping me back, I was the person holding my gifts and talents hostage, then I could begin the journey towards the woman that you see today.
One of the things that you say to your audience is that you teach them how to regret proof their lives.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about how can we regret proof our lives at any age?
Well, the first thing is I tell people, and this is what we don't do. We don't own our gifts and talents. We take them for granted. There's people out here who are phenomenal cooks, chefs, bakers.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think Krispy Kreme got started? How do you think Famous Amos cookies, we don't eat those anymore, or someone maybe bought them out, but he was a guy who liked baking cookies and he would bake his cookies and sell them. Paula Deen, fabulous cook. Back in the day, she made up lunches and took them down to the construction workers, and look at her now. All I'm saying is I tell them to do literally like a gift dump and just write down all the things that people tell you you're good at, that are always telling you, girl, could you bring that to the Thanksgiving? Or girl, could you make one of those? People tell you, but we poo-poo it because it's so easy for us. So I have them do a gift dump, a gift and talent, and just write down all the things that you're good at. Not that you've been paid for, not that, any of that. Just write down what you know, you are the ish at. I want you to write that down.
Do a gift dump, okay? A gift dump.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it like in those terms, but I love it. I see like actual gifts that we're giving people and supporting them in that way. So tell us a little bit more about some of the challenges that you see facing Black women over 50. What's keeping them stuck, and how and you're helping them get unstuck. So what's keeping them stuck right now?
What's keeping Black women stuck right now are 4 core things. 1, they don't believe in themselves. They don't bet on themselves. They don't trust in themselves. And they don't, I had it down. Believe, trust, bet, have faith in themselves. You have to believe in who you are. But a lot of times what happens is because we don't know what belief really looks like, right? We go to church, we say we have faith, all of these things. But at the end of the day, we really don't want our faith tested. As long as we can just have faith and say we have faith, we good. But nobody is really willing to walk through the fire. I don't care what they say. There's people here who say they're believers, but they've never flown on a plane. Well, you're closer to heaven in a plane, if it's up there, than you are walking around. So you would think you would just get on the plane because you've got faith that regardless of what happens, you're going to meet the maker. That's what you say.
She'll be all right. So confidence is...
It keeps coming back to, it's confidence, the 2 C's, confidence and I believe communication. Because it's one thing to be confident, but now you have to sell people, which is you have to use your mouth, right? And so I'm having a full circle moment in my life because even though with the coaching and the therapy, I realized that there was still some gaps. So I'm feeling this part of my life is filling in the gaps.
There's still progress and growth. And
Absolutely.
I would even say, even at my age and even some people younger, this thing about confidence and communicating what we want and desire. A lot of times we don't even say it out loud.
That's communication. You got to say it.
We don't even want to admit it to ourselves sometimes.
Yep.
So if we don't work on these at the age we're at, it's going to be a reoccurring thing. I believe like lessons come back. Things that we haven't learned that we need to learn to get to our next level come right back to us. Yeah. So another C that I think your audience, that I see in you, and I know your audience sees in you as well, is courage and just being courageous.
Yeah.
You shared this story before of wanting to go into acting.
Yes.
And not doing it. And then tell us a little bit more about that.
Oh, wow. Well, there's many layers to that, but the real story?
Let's get the real story.
Okay. So, this is what it is. And when we look at who is represented on screen, they're not looking like me and you. And when I say they're not looking like me and you, they're not a deep melanin tone. I am so thankful that Viola Davis came along, and she is so talented that she could not be denied. So what I realize is, yes, the chocolate might have to work harder, but if you do your thing in such a way where you cannot be denied, because we all know if you chocolate and you make it, you have to be exceptionally well. But it is what it is. So for me, a part of life is we have to accept what we don't always want to accept. Life is not fair. Life is hard. We have to accept these things if we really want to take our life to the next level. Viola said it. It's not easy. It's not hard, right? And she said, someone even said to her, well, while you're not a classic beauty, who says that? But she accepted one of her many awards, and she keeps it 100, and she keeps reminding them that I matter. I'm here, and I'm outperforming all these other people.
We have to do it exceptionally well.
Yes. Which only makes us better. Right.
So Viola has inspired both of us.
Yeah.
And it has trickled down into you going into acting. So tell us a little bit more about that as well.
So I have to say that social media is the holy grail. I'm going to just take it all the way there. And I am not even showing up fully, right? But just goes to show you that my gift is so powerful that my 58% is crushing a lot of people's 100%. And so I am being discovered from Instagram and TikTok. So Procter & Gamble, somebody reached out to me for their Always Discreet brand of underwear. And I didn't even know what UGC was. The lady had to walk me through what I was supposed to do and all of that. And I thought they were going to kick me to the curb, but she was like, no, we like you so much. We're willing to walk you through this. And so from that, I have done stuff for Laura Geller Cosmetics because her cosmetic brand is for mature skin. I am currently getting ready to do something for a CMOS brand. Provitalize just sent me some stuff. I'll be doing some work with them. A holistic knee patch company reached out to me. That's currently running now. People are hitting me up all the time saying, oh my gosh, Linda, I saw you.
That video has like millions of views. Okay. We need to make sure we get a clip of it. Somebody was like, people send me the video and they're like, is that Linda? It was like, I think that's Linda. Like, it is her. Yeah. So my mother has seen it. At least 2 or 3 people have sent me that video of you.
Yeah.
And this is happening beyond 50.
Yes. Yes, it is.
On brand. You see this? Let's point that out. And a couple of things I want to point out about what you just said. You said, I'm only giving 58%.
Yes.
And my 58% looks better than some people's 100%.
Yes. I'm just keeping it real. See, when you know who you are, you can keep it real. It is what it is.
I say the same thing. I'm like, man, we only giving about 60 to 70. Like if we really gave what we could give and a little bit more, imagine what life would look like. So I want to bring that up. If you were operating at 100%, what does 100% look like to you?
Oh, wow. 100% looks like, I don't know if it would be the name Boldly Beyond 50, Bodacious Black Woman, but it would be shapewear for Black women over 50 so we can deal with the fupa. It would be makeup because our skin, we have some situations going on, circles and things. I would brand makeup for Black women over 50. I would have journals and affirmation cards, tours, the Boldly Beyond 50 or Bodacious Black Woman tour. I'm already working on the anthology. So my vision for the anthology is literally in the spirit of chicken soup, but for the Black woman over 50 soul, right? God has just been downloading some things to me. So taking it to Africa, because those women need to be inspired as well. And just having a talk show, right? We have cocktails and conversation, but what I do see missing, because I'm filling in the gaps in my life, is we've got the view, but we don't have Bodacious Black Woman. We don't have Boldly Beyond 50, where there's a woman, one woman is 50, one woman is 60, one woman is 70, and one woman is 80. And we have them talking about things that are going on with us. Yeah. Vibrant women though, and not celebrities. I'm very clear on that. We've got our own celebrities, and having a call. And one person I would definitely want to have is Chef Babette, because she's fierce. She's a vegan chef in Los Angeles. She looks great. She works out. I want to show that we can still be valid, vibrant, valuable, and vivacious. I call it the 4 V's.
So she just gave you a preview of what's up to come. It's coming up. I see it. There's brands that want to partner with you on these things.
Yes.
And, you know, the coach comes out and be like, okay, Linda, now you told me these things. We got to record it. Now there's a plan that needs to be put in place.
Yeah.
So one of the things when we're talking about branding is partnership.
Yes.
So there are shapewear brands where they could be doing a partnership with you for Black women over 50.
Absolutely.
We know people are living longer.
Yes.
And Black women tend to live longer. If we're talking about compared to Black men, we tend to have a longer lifespan. So it makes so much sense, especially as women are the largest consumer. We spend the most money. Yeah. It makes so much sense for brands to want to partner with you around these initiatives. And even if it's like a special collection, the opportunities are so endless. And I hope this is inspiring you. If you are over 50 or you know someone in your life who is, that life doesn't end. It's just endless possibilities and opportunities. Yeah. So you mentioned this anthology. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes. So the anthology is called Boldly Beyond 50, A Black Woman's Guide to Aging with Excellence. And thanks to you, my phenomenal coach, suggested to do it. And my challenge was, I did not want it to be, and I just say this, and it is what it is, the typical anthology. I wanted to showcase women who basically flipped the script later in life and made a decision, a choice, took a chance, a risk to do something different. Maybe speak to their heart's desire after perhaps the kids got older or left. And now the excuses are gone. Oh, I can't do it because of the kids. The house should be close to paid off, if not paid off. Right. So now it's almost like, what am I going to do with the rest of the years that I have left? Am I going to just settle? Am I going to really think about that thing that I put on the back burner years ago and see how can I breathe life back into it? Because a lot of times, we pull the plug on our dreams, literally. And I'm saying, go back, see if there's a way you can resuscitate it, breathe life back into it. Because like I said, life is too long to think about all the stuff that you coulda, should have done. It's not too short. It's too long. See, they want to lull us to sleep with that too short stuff.
Life is too long
to suffer.
We deserve a better life.
We deserve a better life.
Let's talk about you being an influencer in this video. You said about this mini outfit. Was it a mini dress skirt?
Yes.
That's going mini viral?
It really is. So I'm doing the anthology and I'm just like, you know what? I went to this, I can't really talk about it. It's a reality show, but anywho, it's all good because I put that out there. I could do that part, but I wanted to be disruptive. And that is my word for 2024. I've been thinking, what's my word? What's my word? Disruptive. And the reason why it is so disruptive is I was very intentional. I said, my name is Linda. I am 60 years old, right? I wanted people to know that because these are 60-year-old legs that you are, Tina Turner legs. They're 60-year-old legs, which means that because I'm a certain age, I can still have fabulous legs, right?
You be working out. She be
But
doing her
I'm
workouts,
just saying.
drinking her smoothies.
But what I'm saying is, so I wanted to be disruptive. So that was me showing that I'm not just out here talking about it. I am being about it.
So what was the response from that? What were people saying in the comments?
They were saying, you go, girl. Oh my gosh, Tina Turner legs. You're just all that in a bag of chips. I'm so inspired. I have a lot of ladies hitting me up wanting to know more information about the anthology. So it has been phenomenal. And that was really my coming out. That's me kicking in the door of 2024, letting y'all know that it's on.
It's on. No games
so
will be
on.
played.
It is so
in
on.
2024.
Yeah.
I am loving this. So what would you say? So I'm 35.
Yes.
What would you say to your 35-year-old self
Oh my
about
gosh.
your 60-year-old self?
Man. So my 35-year-old wild and crazy self, I would say to her, girl, you are wasting time. All that stuff you have inside of you, and this is what you're doing with your life. You need to get information. You need to figure it out. Stop making excuses. Stop whining. Stop complaining. Stop moaning. And really, what is it that you truly want to do? Because one of the things, the 3 questions that I have my clients ask themselves and ponder on it and meditate on it is, what do you want? Most people do not really know what they want. They want what their mom said they should want, their father, their spouse, what society says you should want. What do you want? Like, for real. If you could have anything, if you took your black girl magic wand and you could have what you want, what would that be? And number 2, you got to ask yourself, why do you want it? Right? And then this is the one that stumps most people, is who do you have to become to get it? Because if you could have all that, being the person that you are right now, you would have it. So there has to be an internal shift. And if you're not willing to make that shift, it is not going to happen. It's just, it is what it is.
Who do you have to become?
Yes.
Who do you have to become?
Yeah.
So we connected several years ago. I want to know a little bit more about, because we worked together for a while.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to come on this side of the internet and hang out with me? What was it about? What were you working on? What were some of your challenges? I kind of want to map this journey that we've been on for a while.
Wow. So I've always known I was special, but I always downplayed it because so many people are donkeys. And unicorns, you come up with a way, you unscrew your horn, right? And you put that away. And your tail is like really colorful, and you spray paint that the donkey brown, and you dye yourself brown so that you can fit in. But there's such a thing called essence, and people can smell it. And so even though you kind of doing a donkey thing, they know there's something different about you. And so I'm doing this whole donkey thing through life, but there is always that pull, and it never goes away. And it's torturous, and it haunts you, and it haunts a lot of people, but they sex it away, and they drink it away, and they eat it away, and they gamble it away, and they lie it away. They distract themselves from their destiny. And I just got to a point where I just couldn't do that anymore, but I didn't know what the steps were. But I knew that the steps I was taking was not getting me there. I didn't know that much. And I feel that we all have that, but we don't all act on it. There's no way that people don't know there's something bigger, better, bolder, but we can lull ourselves to sleep with all those distractions, right? To the point where we just become bitter. And that's why they say older people are crotchety, because they're mad that they didn't have the courage to take a chance, that they did waste their life away. They'll never say that, but that's exactly what it is. And so that's how I was feeling when I saw you. I saw you somewhere, and I just always knew I was always going to be around Black women. That's why I did hair for 30 years with Black women. And I kind of got a wisp of this whole coaching thing, but I did not know what the pieces were. I was coaching my clients. I was a bootleg therapist, but I didn't know, what does that look like? What is a course like? How do you find people to coach? What is the process? And so that's how you were doing something. And I knew I needed to learn how to do it. And then I realized I don't want to learn how to do this. I need somebody who can put it together. And then I ask you, is that something that you do? I hit you up in your DMs.
And I said, I think we can do it. I don't even know if I said yes. I probably, we're going through, I'm seeing a mirror. We're going through this journey.
Yeah.
And you asked me that, and I was probably hesitant, but I said yes anyway.
Yeah.
I said yes anyway, and I'm glad that I did that.
Because now you do a lot of that now.
Now we do a lot of that. That is a major request, but it was because of your ask that I was more comfortable with doing that even more.
Yeah.
So I am appreciative of you in that time. And then I disappeared a little bit, and then you were like, I'm coming back. And I'm like, all right, now I feel more comfortable and confident in what we do to support you in taking it to the next level. So as we begin to wrap up, what's next for you?
Wow. What's next for me would really be retreats. Because I'm really starting to think, okay, Linda, what are we doing? Because I am a coach, but I'm really starting to see that I am so much more than a coach. And I can create experiences for these women to reignite, right? So that they can reclaim their flame. Because sometimes the flame just flickers. And if you're not tending to it, you look around and it's like the coals start off really black when you're barbecuing. But after a while, they're starting to crumble, and they're, you can blow on them and they just blow all over the place. They're not as resilient. They're not as firm. And that's what happens to us if we're not careful. And so I just want to be that beacon of light for Black women who that is truly how they're feeling. They may not say it the way I'm saying it, but I want them to reclaim their flame.
I love it. Well, we're looking forward to these retreats and just more coming out from Linda S. Husser. So tell us why your brand's a big deal. We ask all of our people, why is your brand a big deal?
My brand is a big deal because as a Black woman who has worn that S on my chest, my brand is to remind you that the S for strong Black woman, we're not doing that anymore. We're replacing that S with self-care. We're replacing that S with selfish, and we're replacing that S with seasoned. We are no longer strong Black women. We're selfish, self-care sisters.
I love it. Linda, how can we stay connected to you?
You can stay connected by lindashusser.com, Linda S. Husser. Well, all the things. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. What else? YouTube. Linda S. Husser.
She's available on all the things, all the social media.
All the things.
Thank you so much for joining us today for Girl, Your Brand's a Big Deal. And we can't wait to see you in the next episode. Have an amazing day, beautiful people.